It's Christina alongside Jamie and Brody. Welcome to Magazine Wednesday. Hi, guys.
Yay!
We have a lot to talk about in this week's issue. Look at Teresa Giudice.
I was just looking at this
showing off her best body ever. I know.
It's really crazy.
She looks fantastic. So we're going to talk all about that. We had an interview with her talking about how she entered a bodybuilding competition, and she's looking fabulous.
I just ate 2 slices of pizza and I'm feeling good.
I know. Yeah, seriously. So we're also talking about the latest on Victoria Beckham and David Beckham, what is going on with the state of their marriage, Harry and Meghan, and Hank and Kendra. But before we get to all of that, we have to talk about Ariana Grande.
My favorite topic.
And Pete Davidson. They are engaged after just a few weeks of dating.
Yeah.
Just
it's the truth.
A touch of dating.
Just a touch of dating.
This is all I want to talk about forever. It's like if you go to my Twitter feed, it's just tweets about them.
Well,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
insane.
us exclusively broke the story on
We
Monday.
did.
And people were asking us, is that true? Yes, it's definitely very true. It's a lot of people are shocked because they just started dating in May.
Yes.
And we had just
And they both just came out of relationships.
Right. And just days before we confirmed that they were a couple, we broke the news that Pete and Cassie David, Larry David's daughter, had broken up. And then, you know, it's been a really whirlwind romance, to say the least. They've been sharing a lot. Pete and Ariana both have been sharing a lot of pictures on social media of each other, lots of little jokes about sex or babies, and then we confirmed.
But what if this is like the relationship that defies all odds? I can't even speak. What if this is the relationship that defies all odds, and they're the lasting engagement?
Well, I hope that happens for them.
I would love that to happen.
I would love that. But
I mean, I don't know.
TBD.
I feel bad for Cassie David. She's like camping out in Africa right now.
But it's so crazy, and I'd love to get everybody else's opinion on this. So please send us your questions and your comments, because I'd love to know what you guys and concerns about all of this. But what's so crazy is that she posted a photo of the two of them back on May 3rd, and then, like you said, 2 weeks later, they broke up.
Yes. Well,
the timeline here is so
There's
murky.
a really great timeline trending on Twitter.
Amazing, yes.
And it's just like the month of May, and it's like, they met. They broke up. They started dating. Pete buys the ring. Because what's crazy, that ring took 2 weeks to
That's
make.
what the jeweler said. It really threw a wrench in
So I
everyone's
feel like either it was pre-made, and he was like, oh yeah, it took me 2 weeks to make it back in the day, or Pete left halfway through their first date, got the ring designed, and then came back and was like,
wow, she's that great.
She's that great.
When you know, you know.
Do you know that quickly?
Thank you, Jamie. As someone who's been engaged a number of times, thank you for your
I know.
But do you know within the first 2 weeks? I mean, we've had
Christina, you've been married for quite some time. You have a very lasting, strong relationship. After 2 weeks, did you know?
No.
I'm just trying to ask someone who's in a healthy relationship.
Well, my husband did get drunk one time and say, I'm going to marry you one day, very early on in our relationship. But no, I don't think that within the first couple weeks that you would know this.
Well, also
she's 24.
Yeah, so is he. Yeah, both.
She's been famous for a long time. She knows what's going on.
Yeah, but you know my theory on fame is that you stop growing when you become famous if she's really 16.
Which would be very limiting and unfortunate for the rest of our life.
Right.
But we had sources that told us that Pete and Cassie were on and off, so it sort of makes sense that they could fall apart that quickly. And also, we know that Pete and Ariana, our sources told us Pete and Ariana's moms have met. And they were together when Pete and Ariana were both at SNL. When this is around when we were confirming their romance. But our sources have also said this will be a long engagement. They're not rushing to get married. They're not rushing to get married.
What is the definition of long in there?
Right.
Longer than a month.
That'll do.
It is so crazy. It's also like not a pairing that I would have thought that they would be together. I don't know.
It's surprising.
It is really surprising. And she just got out of the relationship with Mac Miller. They just announced their breakup last month as well.
Right. She confirmed it in May, but our sources told us they had officially ended things before Coachella.
Okay.
But
he cried on stage or something?
Yeah, he's an emotional guy. Mac had a rough spring with the DUI.
Couple weeks.
Yeah, but
understandably,
Pete had all those tattoos of Cassie, up to our source had about. Well, he's been covering them up, and now he has 2 Ariana tattoos.
Which is crazy as
Which
well.
is like, intense.
You never get someone tattooed on you. I feel like that's like sealing it that it's not going to work.
In
my opinion.
Or you just get everyone tattooed on you.
Exactly. Angelica says way too soon. Yeah, I think that's a lot of people's reaction to this. It's
surprising.
It's surprising. It's very surprising. But as long as they're happy, and like you said, maybe they will defy the odds and, you know, stay together for a really long time.
Yeah, but they're just like so over the top with it too,
right.
which I think is which is so interesting because Ariana did not have Mac on his Instagram all the time.
All.
And Pete and Cassie we would see on social media a lot. But I loved when we broke the story, we said we had heard from our sources that they were telling people at Rob Pattinson's birthday party in LA. I'm like, oh, it's so Hollywood.
So LA.
They were at Rob Pattinson's birthday. They were like showing off the ring.
The ring is beautiful.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous. Huge. I mean, it's bigger than her.
And it's crazy because she's been wearing it for so long, and like no one even kind of realized.
Because you wouldn't think. I mean, she was wearing it back.
Wango Tango.
That was June 2nd.
June 2nd.
So this has been.
And celebrities just like wear diamond rings on their their ring finger for fun all the time.
Yeah, they're like, wait, why do people think we're engaged? Just because I'm wearing this giant diamond ring on my ring finger?
Do we think that they have been dating for a little bit longer than we imagine?
It's
possible.
It would make a little
sense. They didn't meet until I think she was on like the May 12th episode of SNL. So it's still like a month as of yesterday.
Well, she had been on SNL
before
that,
in
so
2016.
They did
when they did like an opening monologue together. He came out, so they did.
I gotta go back and watch
but
that.
Still, like they met.
But our sources said no. It was May when they started dating.
I can't. Natalie says hi. Everybody, yes, please send in your questions. Everybody is just too stunned to speak.
I could go on forever. Go to the next one.
All right. Let's move on to Teresa Giudice because she is showing off her best body ever. The Real Housewives of New Jersey star finished third in her very first bodybuilding competition on June 9th, and she told us that she's never felt so confident. She also isn't slowing down anytime soon. Teresa says that the next step is getting first place, and then we'll see from there. I'm very competitive, and I want to win this time. She looks fantastic.
She's amazing.
I mean, look at the best body ever.
I mean,
really.
She looks amazing.
Can you imagine her like flipping a table now? It would like flip through the wall. Like
she'd kill multiple people.
Yes. So what did she say about why she wanted to transform?
She said she wanted to do this, and she didn't tell a lot of people because she told us that she didn't want to fail or back out, and she was worried about that. But then she got into it. She said she loves the way her body feels. She's never felt this confident since before she had kids. She said she hasn't felt this great or this sexy since before having Gia.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. She's been training really hard. She's been limiting her diet. She said, Joe.
Oh wait, can I read this? This is my favorite line.
Joe is, as we know, is still in prison because of their court troubles, their legal battles.
So we asked, has he seen her body? And she said, he'll see the Us Weekly when it's delivered.
I love that.
They all get it in there being jail.
Yeah. So that
big readership.
Big readership in the prison.
They want to know how stars are just like us.
Right. Exactly. Jen says she looks great. She really does. I mean, she's been working really hard. Like you said, she's been like heavy lifting training like 5 days a week.
You know what's so
third
crazy?
Place is impressive.
Yeah, and she said she's going to keep training. She's going to double down. She wants to get first place because she is a winner. You know what's crazy? These outfits, we show a bunch of outfits in the magazine. They cost $1,000 each.
That was the most surprising thing about this.
What?
I know.
Well, this one's
such
cool
little
because
fabric
wraps around your body. So, side note, there's a SoulCycle instructor that I go to /follow, and she's been doing bodybuilding. And she like really is like very open about like how you get fit for this, and it's really intense. Like you really monitor like your macros, which I don't even know what that means.
Yeah,
right.
But you know, this is not the first housewife that we've seen get in such incredible shape. If you remember, in our fan of Real Housewives of Orange County, Tamara Judge, formerly Tamara Barney, competed in a bodybuilding competition too. She was like ripped.
Yeah.
Seeing that transformation on Instagram, you're like, what? And Teresa kind of kept it under wraps.
She did. I was really surprised when I saw the photos. I was like, oh, damn, girl,
get it. Someone like made a joke on Twitter the other day being like, oh, I bet she's getting ready for a bodybuilding competition. Then it was like a week later this came out.
That's so funny. The spray tans are always very interesting in these bodybuilding competitions. Well, because
it just really
accentuates everything.
Very
tan.
Dark tan.
It's just like you're orange. You're not even dark tan.
And her brother and Melissa showed up at the competition.
Yeah, and
which
she
was
was also training with Dolores, you know, her husband, Frank, who's a bodybuilder, if you watch Real Housewives in New Jersey, and their son, Frankie Jr., who's been training too. follow Dolores on Instagram, and you see all these pictures of her incredibly hot son, and you're like,
how old is he?
He's old enough.
Okay. The way you said, like, his son, Frank, like, I was just like an 8-year-old.
Right.
No.
That's why I was
he's in college.
Okay.
He's like college age. And the dad who you've seen on the show, Dolores' ex, is very hot and super built, too.
buff.
And she owns a gym, I believe, Dolores.
Oh.
So they've been training together with Teresa.
Yeah. Well, good for Teresa.
She also said it's good for her mind.
Yes.
So good
hey.
for her.
Whatever's good for her. And how long does Joe have left?
He's going to
like
be there
another year.
He's still there for a while. And then there, of course, the legal will he be
41 months.
Yeah, that's a long time.
It's a lot. It's like 3 years.
Yeah, but I think
at least been
kind of
there
taken
for
off
2. Yeah.
for good behavior or something. But he's been moved around a little bit too.
Right. Interesting. Crazy. Well, she looks good, so go, Teresa. All right, let's move on to Prince Harry because he is lending his royal hand. The couple attended the Troop and Color parade on June 9th, and lip-reading expert Phyllis Mullins tells us that Harry instructed Meghan where to look and when to curtsy. He even asked if she was okay, with Mullins telling us he is clearly reassuring her everything is going well. They look so beautiful at this event. Regal.
Yeah.
She was actually getting some backlash over what she wore.
Really?
Did you guys read about this?
People are haters.
People are haters because
Always.
I guess you're not supposed to be showing off your shoulders in an event around the Queen.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like 2018.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, she's back from her honeymoon. She's that little honeymoon.
She had such a little glow. She looked fabulous.
Like, show off that little honeymoon tan. Like, why do you have to cover that up?
Right, seriously. I thought she looked fantastic. And it seems like they are off to a great newlywed start.
Yeah.
They're adorable.
They are adorable.
And it's interesting, when you saw them all the multiple generations. I think it's 4 generations of royals out there with the Queen and William and Camilla. Charles and Camilla and William and Kate. And then the little kids all out there, and Meghan in the back row, because Meghan is, there's like a pecking order. Meghan is like the newbie. But Kate in front looking glamorous with the kids.
It's also, it's no easy feat to just kind of like walk into the royal family comfortably.
No. Especially for Meghan Markle, and she's
You mean the former Suits actress?
The former Suits actress. Sorry, Duchess
of Sussex.
Yes, Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle. No, and she knows that everyone's looking at her. I'm sure she's conscious of it.
I'm sure. And in last week's issue, we said that they are getting ready for a baby, hopefully. So maybe we'll see that within the next couple months.
And she's been bucking tradition, with all of her fashion choices. So people, there've always been haters.
Yeah.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
Just shake it off.
The better you look, the more they'll hate.
Exactly. Okay, let's talk about Victoria Beckham and David Beckham, because they are not headed for a divorce. After an online blind item suggested that they were headed for a split, they slammed the nonsense news, calling it fake. However, their relationship has changed in recent years, with Victoria living in the UK and David often staying in Los Angeles. But they are sticking together, with the source telling us their kids are the common bond that will keep them united. They take priority over their relationship and always will. I feel like if they break up, then love is officially done.
I feel like the thing is, I think that another one of my feelings about Hollywood is that people in Hollywood give up on love very easily.
Yes.
And I think David and Victoria have really, 19 years, you're gonna have ups and downs.
Yeah, they've been together for a really long time, and they've weathered a couple of scandals.
Sure.
Before 5 years of being married, there was that situation where people alleged that he had some relationship with his assistant, Rebecca Luz. They were denying that for a while. There have always been sort of whispers about it. It was interesting that this time her rep went on the record and denied it, said there's no statement coming, there's no divorce, this is rubbish, and people that are publishing reports like this, it's nonsense.
It is.
But so strange that some sort of internet rumor took like people were so excited about the idea.
It's also a crazy rumor.
It is, the rumor was that he had gotten Harper's teacher pregnant.
That's crazy.
Which is
I just feel like if you're gonna get someone pregnant, it's not gonna be your daughter's teacher.
Is it though? We've seen people having relations with the nanny before.
That's true. That's very common.
Someone that
but
it's usually someone in that inner circle.
Right.
The teachers,
the
parent-teacher conference might turn into
a little bit more.
Wow, I wonder what kind of school she goes to.
No, in this situation where there was smoke, there was no fire. Per the reps of the couple.
Well, it's good to see them still going strong, and I think they are celebrating their 19th wedding anniversary, I think, next month, so it's good for them.
I'm a fan.
Strong. I'm a fan,
I've always
too.
been a Beckham fan.
Always. Okay, so somebody that's not having a good relationship is Kendra Wilkinson and Hank Baskett, because they are having a very messy divorce. On June 5th, in a series of since-deleted tweets, she accused Hank of recording her during an argument and blaming her for his past infidelity. A source tells us it's become a very unhealthy situation.
Become.
Yikes,
Being the
that
operative
was
word.
bad. Those tweets that Beckham tweeted were really, I mean, it sort of seemed in character, but it was so surprising when she said, Hank is recording me and he's blaming me for when he cheated on me when I was pregnant. I think people were, you know, eyebrows raised.
Yeah. It's also, I mean, you have to keep in mind, I get like thinking rashly, but like you have to keep in mind that your kids can easily Google all of this 100%. One day.
Yeah.
That you
and
really
they're
have
old
to be
enough
mindful
too, as well.
Of it.
Right, and I think that's why she deleted the tweets and then tweeted an apology and said she's going to stop talking about Hank and that she loves him and respects him, and she was sorry that she like hurt his football career. But it was very strange, especially because we talked to a party planner who saw them that weekend before this whole thing went down and said they seemed fine. They were co-parenting their kids fine.
Well, she's been very, very open about this split on social media. I mean, she was like crying as she was moving out of the house. She was showing all of that.
She was showing the videos. It wasn't like typing, oh, I'm upset. It was literally like,
on Instagram.
About like, oh, she was going to file. It was pretty surprising when so many celebrities try to keep things like that very...
Totally. I guess she felt maybe that people have been so invested in the relationship because, you know, they had the reality show and things like that, but still, some things maybe just
to see,
keep a little private since your kids are a little bit older.
Or while you're figuring it out, you know, 1 minute she's accusing him of something and the next minute she seems regretful.
Right.
So.
Yeah, Jen says she should have divorced him long ago. Well, they have been through a lot. Yeah, because he was... cheated on her when she was, what?
Yeah, allegedly
cheated on her when she was 8 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they've just weathered a few storms.
Yes, they certainly have.
To say the least. I give her a lot of credit, both of them a lot of credit for trying to make it work in the end.
Yeah, because our source said she always really believed in marriage and she thought they could make it work, but unfortunately... not in the cards for them.
Not in the cards. Someone says bonjour. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. All right, let's quickly recap everything we talked about. We kicked it off with the Ariana Grande surprise engagement to Pete Davidson. And Rory says, been married a decade and don't have any tattoos of my wife.
Good job, Rory.
Yeah. You know what?
See, I'm telling you. I think if I tested this theory, I'd be right. Didn't Antonio Banderas have...
a lot of people have gotten
and they've had to get it removed.
Right. Like Johnny Depp had that Winona Ryder tattoo. It was
Wino forever.
Not a good thing. Be careful before you ink it.
Exactly. We also talked about Teresa Giudice looking the best she's ever looked. So make sure to, Jen says, wonder if she's going to stay with Joe once he's out.
Good question.
Good question.
They do have a lot of kids, and Teresa loves her hubby, and
she does.
She loves those kids.
They've also weathered a lot of storms.
They have.
They sure have.
They sure have.
I mean,
out of everyone,
they sure have. She went to jail, and he also has called her like almost every name in the book on camera.
Oh my God, yes.
That has been hard to watch.
I mean, the question was when he gets out of jail.
Well, like you said, it's going to be interesting because he could face deportation.
Right.
Like, will she be moving the entire family to Italy, or will she stay back here?
Or will she be like,
peace out?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Long distance.
Long distance. We also talked about Harry and Meghan, how things are going very well for them. They're adorable. Victoria and David are not getting divorced.
That's correct.
That is correct. And what else did we talk about? Hey, Kendra and Hank
are getting divorced.
Are getting divorced.
And this is a really fun issue.
Yeah.
We've got 25 Things from Kelly Preston.
Yes.
Whose movie Gotti is out this week.
I'm really excited to see that.
There are details. We talked to the doctor who wrote the book that Kelly Clarkson credited for helping her lose all that weight.
Looks amazing.
She looks so good.
I love Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
Yep, and we recap the latest Duggar baby. We've got quotes in here from Claire Danes on her pregnancy.
Nice. So. And we also have a really fun poll about the best Sex and the City boyfriend.
Oh yes, it's the 20th anniversary.
So we have a story in here that commemorates Sex and the City. So
I interviewed Leah Thompson and her daughters.
Ooh, fun.
I just like weirdly
harassed Leah Thompson and her daughters.
I'm so sorry.
That's fun.
We remember Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade.
Yeah. So a lot of big news, a lot of fun news in here as well. So make sure you pick it up. It is on newsstands right now, and then make sure you head on over to usmagazine.com for all of the latest news. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.